Welcome to News Mongolia, where we bring you the latest stories and updates from across the nation and beyond. I'm Batsir Namshar. On the News Mongolia today. Election 2024. Mongolians living abroad will vote on June 20th to 23rd. Mongolia traded goods with 124 countries in the first 5 months of 2024. Bhutanese ambassador to Mongolia presented letter of credence. For the news, stay tuned. June 28th is election day when Mongolians will choose members of parliament who will lead the country for the next 4 years. April 28th was the deadline for parties to apply to participate in the parliamentary election. Mongolians living abroad will be able to vote at Mongolian embassies and consular posts from June 20th through 23rd. We have details in the following report.
Around 6,000 Mongolian citizens reside in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and around 5,000 reside in Ireland. The online registration system developed by the General Election Commission and the General Authority of State Registration is being used to fully engage overseas voters. We're collaborating with the London Police and Protocol Division of Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office to maintain election integrity. Preparations are underway for voters lists, installing an offline VPN system for data security, CCTV surveillance, additional resources for people with disabilities, voting booths, and ballot boxes.
Following amendments to the election law, parliamentary elections will be held using a mixed electoral system, with 78 seats elected by multiple non-transferable votes in 13 multi-member constituencies and 48 by closed-list proportional representation at the national level. To qualify for proportional seats, parties and coalitions must have candidates running in at least half of the seats in each constituency. A 50% voter turnout is required for constituencies' results to be considered valid, or another round of voting must be held.
The National Statistics Office of Mongolia introduced the main social and economic indicators for 2024. For the first 5 months of the year, economic turnover increased tenfold compared to the same period of last year.
Exports increased by 1.2%, while imports increased by 26.9%. Trade turnover with China during this period accounted for $7.6 billion, or over 70% of Mongolia's total foreign trade turnover. Coal exports increased by 8.6 million tons of coal, amounting to 32.5 million tons. Copper exports increased by 5%, amounting to $55. Ore exports were at $42 million, which is an increase of 21.5%. Gold amounted to $34.5 million. As of May of this year, inflation stands at 5.7%, which is a decrease of 5.6% compared to the same period last year. According to number from the National Statistics Committee of Mongolia, 7.9 million livestock died as of May this year, which has doubled compared to last year. As of May of this year, 2,351 cases of natural disasters were recorded, which is an increase of 20.1% compared to last year. Hazardous phenomena related to water and climate occurred 164 times. geological phenomena 44 times, and the biological 52 times. There were 2,091 cases of hazardous phenomena involving people, and a total of 3,603 people were injured in accidents. In total, the cost of the damage amounted to 22 billion Tukruks for the first 5 months of this year.
You're watching News Mongolia. Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs. Non-resident Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Kingdom of Bhutan to Mongolia, Phetsep Namgyel, presented his letter of credence to President of Mongolia Khurelsukh Okhna on June 17, 2024. President Khurelsukh congratulated the Ambassador of Bhutan, also known as the Land of the Thunder Dragon, upon presenting his letter of credence. The President wished the ambassador success in his new assignment, noting the auspicious timing as it coincides with the Year of the Dragon. The head of state of Mongolia emphasized that even though Mongolia and Bhutan are geographically distant, the two countries have the potential to expand and develop relations and cooperation in all sectors based on common values such as our rich heritage and culture. The newly appointed Bhutanese ambassador expressed his contentment with the honor of being the first ambassador to serve since the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries 12 years ago. The ambassador also expressed his commitment to actively work towards intensifying relations and cooperation in various fields such as politics, agriculture, education, culture and health. Mongolia and the Kingdom of Bhutan established diplomatic relations on January 12, 2012. Mongolian civil aviation company Business Airways will operate direct flights on the Ulaanbaatar-Prague route starting from July 10, 2024, with a frequency of twice weekly. The one-way ticket price is set 1.3 million MNT, or around $380, and bookings are officially open. Mongolia and the Czech Republic have actively worked together towards establishing direct flights between the two countries, and discussions on this topic were held during an official visit made by the Foreign Minister of Mongolia, Batsitsik Batmukh, to the Czech Republic in May 2023, as well as the Intergovernmental Commission meeting in Ulaanbaatar in October 2023. Direct flights on the Ulaanbaatar-Prague-Ulaanbaatar route will enable more than 13,000 Mongolian citizens residing in the Czech Republic, as well as those working and studying in Europe, to save time and money to return home. Chinzarg, a teacher at Mongolia's Shinui school, with his two students, participated in the Avashena International Biology Olympiad held in Bukhara, Uzbekistan from June 9 to 14, 2024. Michelle, a 12th grader at this school, earned a silver medal at the Olympiad, while Doljun Surung, a 9th grader, received an honorable mention. This was the inaugural Asian Biology Olympiad, with more than 100 students from 19 countries competing. International and regional science Olympiads are held annually. For instance, the Asian Physics Olympiad and the Mendeleev Chemistry Olympiad typically see participation from 20 to 28 national teams each year. Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. The United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees has not yet sent aid convoys down a road the Israeli army promised to secure to help with distribution in Gaza's hunger-ravaged south, a UN official told on Monday.
The UN official who spoke on the condition of anonymity because he was not authorized to discuss the matter with the media said there were persistent concerns with law and order along the road despite Israeli assurances that it was safe for trucks to travel down the road. International humanitarian officials have repeatedly said deliveries are impeded by Israeli inspections, ongoing fighting, and desperate residents taking cargo of aid trucks. Israeli ground troops have been operating in the southern city of Rafah since early May. Israel said Sunday that it would observe tactical pauses along the road to allow deliveries from Kerem Shalom, a main aid crossing for the south to the city of Khan Yunis that's packed with displaced civilians. As of Sunday, the humanitarian organizations no longer need to coordinate with Israeli forces to move their trucks along the route, said Shimon Friedman, a spokesperson for coordination of government activities in the territories, the Israeli military body in charge of facilitating aid into the territory. Friedman said the military would protect the route so aid convoys could travel safely. An Associated Press reporter stationed on the route saw about 8 trucks traveling down to the road Monday, although it was unclear who they belonged to. Before the Rafah operation, the number of trucks entering the strip south stood in the hundreds. Coordination of government activities in the territories. The Israeli security body responsible for the aid shipments said that only 62 trucks reached the Gazan side of the crossing on Monday, all of them privately owned. In a reminder of the challenging climate, the Israeli military said Palestinian militants fired a rocket that landed near the Kerem Shalom crossing late Monday. It said there were no injuries or damage.
Now let's take a look at the weather forecast for Mongolia and the world major cities. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you tomorrow with more news and updates. Goodbye.